indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody's present. We'll announce that we had an executive session prior to the meeting for legal and personnel matters. Open it up for public discussion on any of the agenda items. Please state your name and your address.
I'm Erin Farrow and I live at 54 Fort Cherry Road. I just had some comments about the property at 50 Fort Cherry Road that's on the discussion for demolition. My concern with it is that, it's open on numerous sides. The roof isn't really covering very much. So I'm sure water's getting in at numerous points. There's standing water in there, it's breeding mosquitoes, and I'm pregnant, and I'm concerned about my safety and my family's safety and everything that could be going in and out of that house that I just don't feel like should have to be there.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the Board of Supervisors meeting on April 25th.
A second.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting of the Board of Supervisors on April 11th, 2018.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Make a motion to approve the department reports for May.
I'll second that. Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Make a motion to approve the payment of bills and payroll for the month of May.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
This next one, do you want to table that or?
Kind of leave it up to Aaron.
Me?
I think he went out with somebody to try and get another quote.
We got another quote.
It came today.
Yes, I have it in your packet.
But the question is, we have nothing budgeted for this in this year's budget. And
Well, I also provided to you a list of our accounts balances, and a requisition of how much is in our accounts. So if you want to hire a contractor to demolish 50 Fort Cherry Road, if you just let me know what account you want to take it out of, if you're going to do that this year.
Last night I had seen that for $7,000.
That just
That's
came
half the
I
price of
know.
everybody's.
And I understand that. My concern is the budget.
Well, if we put a lien on it, right?
Yeah, get your money.
Eventually, right? You get it.
If it ever sells and it sells for value above it.
That's what just paid.
A lot of properties will never sell.
Most of the
Depends on
time,
property.
the county will send you a notice after several years asking you to forgive the lien so that it will sell to get back on your tax rolls.
Right, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to, but then it's just stagnant property. There may be more liens than just what we put on it, and if someone bids on it, they have to satisfy all the liens. And usually it's more than what the property is worth.
Right, but it's still not a vacant house sitting there, just a flat grass.
It's a landlocked piece of property, really.
Is it though? I mean,
There's no driveway to it.
In front of Fort Cherry Road, it's not landlocked, there's just.
Well, it fronts the road, but there's a
Yeah, there's only.
cliff going out. There's no driveway to it now.
There will be after demolition, because that's, they're gonna cut one in to get up there. So, that's part of the bid.
I can look at this balance sheet, but how much of this do we have committed?
Well,
You know?
we,
for the-
we had our budget this year.
Right, well, I'm just looking at the
Yeah.
treasurer's report.
Mhm.
And from this, I can't tell, like, out of the capital reserve, how much is committed to the,
I
that's
see.
what I can't tell.
I see.
I know you don't want to hear this, but my recommendation is for now, we table it until we get a better handle on where we can get that funding from. Until we take a harder look at what allocations we already have in the budget towards these accounts. We know this, we have this much money, but
Right, but what do we have budgeted out of those accounts for the remainder of
Right.
the year? I see what you're saying.
I think that's something we need to really look at.
It's
Because
responsible.
we've got a lot of money going on to the public works over here. And we may be able to do it next month. Once we.
I mean, I'm fine with tabling it, because like I said, this
Well, I know,
other one here is
but still,
just drastically
over
different.
over $7,000 we gotta find in an account somewhere.
Right, but that's way better than 16.
No doubt in my mind.
So, I didn't, like I said.
At this time, I'm gonna make a motion to table the demolition of 54 Cherry Road until next month, and then we'll get a better report of the accounts and what money is already allocated out of, and then we can do it next month.
I'll second that.
The motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion is carried.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 146, amending the police pension plan.
Second that.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Well, I just seem like a bad guy here.
It's your turn to talk about that.
I've looked over the material we got about the recreation equipment. And I know that the ladies in the rec board have done an excellent job in raising money. But my question is, when we originally talked about doing this up by the Lions Den, we were gonna take that slide and that, I'm trying to think what else is up there.
The whirly thing.
Out of there. There's not really enough room there. And then we were just gonna seed that down so that you had more of a grassy area
Right.
up in that area. But I see on this, they have
Something
two
there,
items
too.
up there. If we can do it, I would take one of those items, and I don't care, maybe the Buzzy Bumblebee, and move it down on the other end of the Lions Pavilion where the maypole is. And if there's enough area there to put, and then that way you at least have one thing up there for little kids to bounce on and whatever. The maypole is basically you swing on it. And then originally we had talked about just doing the overhead glider up where the, what's up there now, basketball court.
Yes.
But I like their idea of this climber and the rock wall. Not so sure about the barrel ride. So my recommendation would be to go ahead with the Bumblebee, but move it down near the maypole, do away with the Offspring, I think it's called. And then go ahead with the Boulder, Ridge Rock, the glider, and the Matterhorn, and eliminate the barrel ride. That's just me.
So that's gonna drop it like $3,400.
Yes.
You know what, it'll actually drop it a little bit more.
Well, because of the mulch and
A
everything.
mulch that they figured in, you won't have that other section by the bathroom. So you're gonna cut down on that mulched area and then refitting that area for some equipment. So some of the labor and some of the mulch is gonna come down, bring the price down too.
And then later on, we have another motion about doing painting down at the,
Right.
so then can
You can
take
use
some
that
of that
money,
money
right.
and put it down there. That's just my thought. Because I know, and I've been up there when the Lions Club has picnics, and that little area up there with those two things it's kind of crowded, and really there's a bank right there, and if kids run, it's kind of unsafe, in my opinion. So what I'll make the motion to purchase recreation equipment for the Lions Pavilion from Miracle Play Equipment, minus the barrel ride and the offspring. And if we can move the Buzzy Bumblebee down by the maypole, we could go ahead with that. If it doesn't work there, and then we cancel it too.
I got it.
You got that?
And then what's the cost to not exceed?
Well,
Or-
I didn't get
Because we
time to
don't-
figure that all out.
Right, we're not gonna know what the actual cost is gonna be until they find out the labor and everything else.
Well, yeah, because it's all gonna change. So
Right.
we'll just approve it this way. We've got the quote for those pieces of equipment. We can approve that, and then they'll have to adjust the labor and those fees.
Right.
So that's my motion.
Sounds good to me. A second.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Okay, make a motion to purchase the painting supplies for the Fort Cherry Youth Baseball to paint the dugouts, concession stand at a cost not to exceed $880. And the only thing that I'd add to that is they want to put a emblem down there.
Mural.
I'd like to have it, whatever they're gonna put down there, go through us first.
I think this is it, isn't it?
Yeah, this
Right here.
is the stencil.
Yeah, that's it for this one here.
That's
What I
it.
mean, what happens, somebody else comes along and wants to put one in there.
Oh, you're
We wanna approve it,
Yeah,
that's all.
right. I think that's
Yeah.
what they're asking, make
But
sure
this
that
was
they
it. This
approve
was
it or not.
They dropped off color samples for the board for you to choose the colors to paint the dugout, the concession stand, and the stencil. So the colors are in front of you.
Okay,
Isn't the one guy a painter that's actually doing it?
I
No,
think
he
so.
decided he wasn't
Oh,
going
he's
to.
not-
Yeah, he
that-
wasn't
no,
feeling
no,
it.
no, no.
he wasn't feeling it, so that's why they bought the stencil.
That's why they
Okay.
made this. That's what he said, he wasn't feeling it.
All right, I made the motion. Did you make a motion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll second it. Any other questions? Don't forget, before we leave tonight, we've got to pick colors. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. I'll make a motion to hire Christopher Bioni as a part-time police officer at $13.84 per hour.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries.
I have one other item to add, if it's okay. I learned yesterday that we need to authorize the opening of an additional bank account to put the loan funds in for the construction of the Public Works facility. And if we could open that account at Washington Financial.
I'll make a motion that we open an additional account in Washington Financial for the,
Serve as a sinking fund for the loans.
Correct.
for the, yes.
I second.
Motion's been made and second. This is an additional item added to the agenda. Any questions from public? No questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no. Motion carries.
If I might interject, Mr. Chairman, I would recommend one additional business member.
I'm doing it.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to authorize, a motion to authorize the manager to effectuate, such big words you use, Tom.
Makes it worth it.
adjustment in the chief of police's compensation retroactive to January 2018 in conformance with the requirements of the 218 of the Pennsylvania Labor Relations Act, sometimes known as the Chief of Police Pay Act.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second. Again, this is an item that's been added to the agenda. Any questions from the public? Questions from the board? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed no. Motion carries. Discussion item, petition for traffic light at the intersection of 519 and 50.
I'd like to change that a little bit, Gary. We didn't really want a traffic light. We want a stop sign or something to that effect.
Now, this petition is basically just to have them do a study,
Yeah, just for a study.
and we need to take any action on that?
No, it was just a discussion item. There was concern brought about that intersection, and Supervisor Reed asked me what steps may be necessary to take to put a traffic device of some sort at that intersection. And I said, you may want to start by engaging the community's interest.
I've been to everybody down there. Yeah, everybody's in agreement. It's just a matter of time till somebody gets killed.
Did you get them to sign a petition?
No, I didn't want to start that yet. I wanted
Okay.
to get the okay here first.
Okay.
If you want, you'll have to do that, and then it'll have to go to the state and see if they'll even do a study.
Okay.
I know they had done one
Few
3-4 years ago.
I actually did get the results from that, and I have all.
And I think they had said at that time, no.
Yeah, that didn't go over.
Now, was that more narrow or more broadly worded? It just,
I think it was,
suggesting.
I think it was
Oh,
basically
just
the same thing.
Traffic study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's pretty much
I mean,
the same.
because light might be a higher hurdle, but if it was more broadly defined.
Oh, I see what
The whole thing is,
Like
after
you
talking to a
suggested.
few of them, a light, all it was gonna do is somebody comes over top of the hill and sees a green light, and will tramp on the gas and get through there before it
Yeah.
turns orange.
That's true.
It's true.
So,
It's true. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm okay with doing, see if they'll do a study.
and just see what they say.
Yeah, just.
Well-
And like I said.
It just might help encourage them, you know, it doesn't have legal significance.
But we've been, the fire department's been trying to get them to do something out here at 18 and 50 for years, and they won't do anything out there.
Yeah, I mean,
But, hey,
You know, every year the traffic picks up.
it doesn't hurt to ask,
Yeah.
that's for
It
sure.
was my thought process, if we get enough signatures from the community, then I could go to the police and find out how many accidents, reportable accidents were at that intersection. And then you guys can authorize me to write a letter to the state asking them to do a traffic study based upon the need of the community and the traffics if we have,
And that's
the
fine.
accidents if we have any.
That's fine.
But I really think that they'll just do it if we call and ask. Or they'll say, we just did it 2 years ago, we're not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's,
Just
Times
increasing
change.
truck traffic and people's car traffic.
There's definitely a lot more traffic through there.
Yeah.
All right, I have one other thing to bring up. I had a meeting, well, I guess it's last week now, with Chief McQuillan and Chief Dorsey asked me to have lunch with them. And they would like to look at the possibility of starting a true regional police department. Not the way it is now where McDonald's providing contract services. This would be a true regional. It's be pulled out of the township, pulled out of the borough. It's run by its own board. We can appoint somebody to it, and the DCED will come in and do a study. Chief McQuillan, he was all for it. Chief Dorsey was all for it, and all I'm asking now is that we allow the study to be done. Doesn't say we're going to go along with it. All depends on what the study comes back with. Our police department has a hard time finding officers. McDonald's having a hard time finding officers, and if we can, the fire department's talking about doing this fire district. I don't even know how many years that's been going on. I think it's something that we just need to do the study. we'll see what the study comes back. If the study comes back, they review both police departments, all the officers. They go around to the municipal residents and talk to them. I think it's a good idea to do it. The state is pushing everybody to try and look to compound and quit having.
Territorial issues.
Yeah. So I'd like to make a motion that we allow the study for Mount Pleasant Township to go and move forward with the DCED and McDonald Borough with the possibility of a regional police force. Just a study.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and second. Open it up again. It was an addition. Any questions from the public?
I go one.
Board?
Yeah, I go along with the study as long as it isn't mandatory that we go by whatever. I don't want this to just go before it and automatically it passes.
No, it's just.
It can't.
It's not.
It's just a study.
Okay.
And they may come back with a
And they may
variety
come-
of recommendations that you may not even thought of.
Absolutely, but it's just a study, the DCED, it's all done by this DCED for nothing. They send their people in. I just think it's something that, no harm in looking.
It's a great service they provide. I've seen it done before, and it's totally voluntary from beginning to end on all the parties involved.
But before they will come in, you have to agree to have the study done, so.
It has to be different than what it was before because that
was
was a firestorm.
Right, but that was
not a regional.
that was contracting a
That was
service.
contract.
Okay.
That totally different. Motion been made and second. Any other questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Public discussion? Any other questions? Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. I forgot to mention, there was a construction meeting here today for the Public Works building. The construction is going to start early June. We'll leave it that way. Early June. Our Public Works guys are finishing cleaning out the building, and you guys are doing the demolition too, right? And they're going to demolish the building, and then construction will start. Nobody will be able to park out here while the construction's going on. There'll be no parking signs, much bigger than this so that us old people can read them. But anybody coming to ball games, you're gonna have to park over in the big lot because it's gonna be open here because the police have to get in for fuel and the fire department has to get in for fuel. But there'll be no public parking out here. Plan is right now they're going to start and construction should be done by the end of August is the plan. We'll see how that goes. We all know that there's always delays and weather issues and everything else, but
It's not gonna rain anymore.
that's not, okay. So I just